From WXOW, this is La Crosse's own News 19 Live at 5.
Anticipation. Lots of anticipation. We're excited for this.
Lined up outside the La Crosse Center to see the former president speak at a town hall meeting.
My values have not changed.
Vice President and her running mate, I should say Vice President Harris and Tim Walz, in the first interview since they began campaigning, and analysis surrounding the Trump-Harris presidential race from a political analyst. Good afternoon. The former president on his way to the La Crosse Center. He finished his address in Michigan about 20 minutes ago. Earlier today, News 19's Chandler Brindley was outside the La Crosse Center, where, Chandler, you spoke with Trump supporters now patiently awaiting his arrival.
Good evening, Dave. It was red, white, and blue all around in chants of USA as many gathered for the former president's town hall this evening. While some traveled quite a distance, others traveled from right across the river or just down the block, all waiting to see former President Trump and ask questions in tonight's town hall. I spoke with John Rybarczyk and asked him what he would like to see if Donald Trump is elected to the 47th President of the United States.
What I would like to see is to him continue what he did in his first term in office, which was very successful. We have runaway inflation, gas prices are crazy. We need to get back to some normalcy that we had prior to 2020.
Now, speaking with other supporters and asking what they would like to see changed in a second term under elected Donald Trump, topics such as closing the border, transgender use in bathrooms, and the future of the United States economy were all topics of discussion. And Dave, for some, it was all about the anticipation, the electricity, and seeing a man that could be the leader of the country that we all call home.
All right, Chandler, thanks so much. You can view this story on our website, WXOW.com, to hear some more comments. The former president will speak during a town hall format at the La Crosse Center. Supporters, again, patiently awaiting Mr. Trump's arrival. News 19's Heather Armstrong is in the middle of all this. She's been inside the La Crosse Center for hours. And Heather, what kind of atmosphere are you experiencing there?
Oh, well, Dave, it's not like what you would usually think of, a show that you'd come to see. Actually, I take that back. It is. It's like a rock concert. All the people in here, they're here to see someone that they support, so they're having a great time. Let me show you the crowd right now. Check this out. Pretty calm, lots of music going on, lots of hugs, reunions. The seats are even filled up in the bleachers back there. A little bit ago, they had them come in and assess, Secret Service assess some of the seating and the concessions, make sure that everything's safe, and to check how many seats were left. And let me tell you, it's pretty packed. Come on over here. I've got girls with a great story, You always think you know who Trump supporters are, and I meet these girls from UWL. Sophia and Brooke, you guys bonded freshman year, and then you come to have something in common. Yeah. What is it about Donald Trump that you like?
I just like that he's a man that stands on his business. He gets things done for the country. That's what I like, and he's real, so.
All right, and I just have to say this, your story is really unique because it's not so popular all the time. You know how politics can be, and colleges are very liberal. How were you guys received when people heard who you were voting for?
It was amazing. When waiting in the lines to get in and the concessions and all the people around us, we're easy to talk to and they're super nice to us, and it's such a great experience, and I'm proud to be American.
All right, and you guys bonded freshman year, now you're seniors. Yeah. Where do you go from here? Any political aspirations?
Nothing much, just gonna vote for Trump when the election happens.
Yep, first year voting, and we know who we're voting for.
All right, yeah, no matter who you vote for, you got to get out there and go to the polls. And Dave, again, rock star atmosphere in here, and as we know, Trump is on his way. I'll send it back to you. Oh, and I want to say one more thing. You see all the stands outside with people buying all this memorabilia. We're not seeing any of those funky T-shirts, not many of those, but what we are seeing, we're seeing a lot of red, white, and blue. Back to you. All
right, Heather, thanks so much. Again, the former president scheduled to speak at 6 o'clock, at least he was. Right now, he finished a recent presentation in Michigan at 4:40, but you can see his address on his town hall address, that is, on our website, WXOW.com. Well, as we mentioned, the former president spent time in Michigan this afternoon. In part, he delivered a message for auto workers saying their economic nightmare will soon be over.
To turn it around. With your vote, we will defeat Comrade Kamala Harris, and we will bring back the American dream, bigger, better, stronger, and just better.
Mr. Trump's running mate J.D. Vance in Boston today. He spoke at the International Association of Firefighters Convention in Boston.
After supporting Democrats for so long in this union, what has it gotten you? Over the past 70 years, union membership in this country, and this is not a good thing, but it has declined. The influence of unions has declined, and the wages of working people, union and non-union alike, have not kept up with the pace of inflation over the last 3.5 years. So I want to ask you a question that Donald Trump asked America in 2016, what the hell do you have to lose?
President Biden will make an appearance in southwest Wisconsin to talk energy policy next week, the White House tells our affiliate in Madison. The president is here September 5th, and his visit will focus on policies impacting small towns and rural areas. This marks the president's first visit to Wisconsin since he dropped out of the presidential race. Democratic vice presidential candidate Tim Walz also planning a trip to Wisconsin. Walz and his wife Gwen are scheduled for a Milwaukee visit on Labor Day to support union workers. Tonight on CNN, Vice President Harris and Tim Walz will speak with anchor Dana Bash, that is, about their first interview since they began campaigning. Bash asked the vice president how people should look at some of the changes she's made in her policy.
Dana, I think the most important and most significant aspect of my policy perspective and decisions is my values have not changed. You mentioned the Green New Deal. I have always believed, and I have worked on it, that the climate crisis is real, that it is an urgent matter to which we should apply metrics that include holding ourselves to deadlines around time.
That full interview tonight on CNN beginning at 8 p.m. U.S. Senator Tina Smith of Minnesota and Wisconsin Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez in La Crosse today. They focused some criticism on Project 2025, something former President Trump has disavowed. Smith and Rodriguez focused on the potential economic impact of the former president's policies, which they claim will disproportionately affect middle-class and working families in Wisconsin.
His agenda would cost America over 3 million jobs, increase the debt by over $4 trillion, send inflation skyrocketing, raise taxes on middle-class families, and hurt everyone except his wealthiest donors.
Rodriguez urged Wisconsin voters to consider the impact of those policies on their daily lives.